Yo, what is up, gamers? It's Sebastian coming to a brand new video. Yeah, I'm going to do a meta-analysis. Maybe it's a bit too late to do a meta-analysis, but like 3 YCSs were announced, so maybe it'll be useful for some people. But there's going to be a twist because I know everyone does meta-analysis and you guys are just like sleeping over it, so I'm going to speedrun it. Yeah, that's right. Super fast, super quick. Did the quickest ever meta-analysis. Basically, I did what I thought the tier list should be on Twitter, and people seem to like it, so seems to be a good basis for a video. So get onto it real quick. Ignore the mattress behind me. I got a spare mattress if anyone needs one. But anyways, let's get into it. Tier 0, no decks. If anyone picks any deck in a tier 0 in any meta-analysis, they're a effing sham. I can't swear, otherwise I don't get any money, but yeah, they're a huge sham. If anyone picks any deck in tier 0, okay? Because if there's a tier 0 deck, that means no tier 1 decks, okay? So there's a real quick shoot on anyone who does tier lists and pick decks in tier 0 or 0.5. That's anyways, tier 1. We have the Adventurer, Halki, good stuff. There's not really a better name for it. You know the deck, like the first place YCS, Remote, Vegas list. Or like all the other, there's Tenny, Synchro, there's, yeah, like, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's the massive powers with every card in the game thrown in. Next up, Adventurer Prime Kids. I think this deck was criminally underrated going into the YCS, and then we see like YCS, we see the results. It got like the most tops out of like all the decks. If you look at them in the Fiji, I'm pretty sure. I think it got like 6 tops at the YCS. Wild. Yeah, deck's pretty good. It fits a lot of hand traps. It's very consistent engine. Plays around hand traps really well. Like Draco back makes the deck so insane. Next up, we have Dragon Link. I'm going to call this Coward Dragon Link because it doesn't play the Brave cards. Haha, that's what we call comedy. So, Coward Dragon Link, basically what I showed on like yesterday's video. This like Dragon Link without the Adventurer cards. I think this deck's very good. Plays no bricks, consistent, like 93% chance to combo, and I have like a program that told me statistically that's the chance. So if you brick with it, it's not my fault. Blame the program, blame the bots, they're taking over. But anyways, consistent, plays like 14 hand traps, plays through everything. It's really nice, really cool. I do think it's weaker than the Halki Piles and the Prime Kids deck, but I still think it's worth being in tier 1. And you have tier 2, these are decks that are like Rogue. I mean, like tier 1 should be like the good decks, tier 2 should be Rogue, and then tier 3 is like the unplayable stuff. That's how tier list should be. A lot of people misunderstand that, but that's how I'm using it. So tier 2 is like Rogue, how I'm defining it, because you guys know what Rogue is. I have the Adventurer Dragon Link deck. I think this is worse than the pure Dragon Link, mainly because it just feels like a worse version of the Halki Piles. Yeah. Yeah, I also like, I don't know, I just don't like the deck that much. And then we have like Sword Tenny, so similar logic to Dragon Link, but it plays through less stuff in general. I just prefer the Dragon Link. I think Sword Tenny is meh. I don't have Flu Wonderies. I think this deck is overrated. I think Statue, on the other hand, is very nice, so I think it's solid Rogue. Very, very simple. Then we have Cyber's Adventure Eldritch, that's the we have 12 Cybers cards, all 1 card DPE Scythe with like Eldritch because somehow we couldn't find a better engine. Literally, I don't understand why there's Eldritch cards in here. Honestly, Eldritch awful. You should just cut the Eldritch cards. And then maybe the deck would be tier 0, I don't know, or like tier -1. But next up in tier 2, I have Drytron. Normally, I would shoot on Drytron, say the deck's like garbage, so it's completely unplayable. However, it got like 3 tops of the YCS, so I have to like, I don't know, I have to consider it. And then when you look at like, I think the deck sucks. But everyone gets mad at me when I say that, so I'm going to say the deck's tier 2. And hopefully no one gets mad with me. Next up, we have D-Sasty. I think this deck, again, sucks. But this deck is very hyped. So, I have to say it's tier 2. Otherwise, I'll have too much backlash. But don't get me wrong. D-Sasty and Drytron, very, very bottom. Like, we have tier 2. Then we have still tier 2. But, like, way below everything else. You know what I'm getting at, right? And then, absolutely unplayable. These are the decks that I think are unplayable, but people are still going to try playing them. Tri-Brigade Hero, or like Tri-Lyrillus Hero. I think, like, these are basically just the Tri-Brigade deck with DPE. I know, I think the deck's cool. I think it's very fun. I do think even DPE Revolt is screaming their heads off if the opponent goes Activate Rite of Arameter. So, in a long, like, event, it's not going to do well, just naturally, because you're going to play against Brave decks eventually, and when you do, you will get bodied. Next up, we have Adventurer Phantom Knights. Yes, before you type, oh my god, you're so stupid or whatever, trust me, I'm already getting those comments anyways, but Adventurer Phantom Knight sucks. Oh my god, it plays, okay, deadass, it plays 10 bricks, right? 4 traps, Scythe, DP, the 2 Destiny Heroes, and then you play, I forgot what the other 3 bricks are, but literally I counted them, there are 10 bricks in the deck. On top of that, you can't even, like, because, like, the Adventurer Howkey Power stuff, you could argue, has, like, 10 bricks, but at the same time, it's 60 cards. You can't go 60 cards to Phantom Knights, because otherwise, you just won't combo that often, because you need to see either a Brave card, or you need to open a Phantom Knight, right? Because if you don't open one of those, your combo is like 2 level 3s into literally just stag that into 30. Which is such a bad play. It's such a bad play. So, I think Phantom Knights is terrible, way too bricky. I think that deck is fragile as well. It's weak into hand traps. Yeah, I don't know. I think the deck sucks. Everyone gets mad at me when I say that though, but I am gonna stick to my opinion on this one. Next up, we have Eldritch. Awful deck. Okay. Now let's take into consideration that we have the Brave cards with Draco back that also does invalidates Eldritch. Even worse deck. They somehow made Eldritch worse. This deck has only been good in one format, and that was when Jet Synchron was at 3. Well, that was the only good format for Eldritch. But everyone is still like, oh my god, skill drain, so good. Yeah, well, Draco back these nuts. I don't care. Okay? Awful deck. Don't at me. Or do at me. Whatever, it's good for the algorithm. And then next up, we have Sky Striker. I know, I think this deck sucks. Again, I think this deck was bad in 2019 though, so maybe that's just part of that. But honestly, I do think this deck is terrible. It's like same thing as Eldritch, where it's just, it doesn't do enough. It just doesn't do enough. And then we have Earth Machine, again, talking of not doing enough. Earth Machine is absolutely terrible. Like, I don't mean to be that guy, but I am going to be that guy. That deck literally does nothing. Your whole combo is basically Pot of Greed. Have you considered playing like Silent Mindgrave and putting Pot of Desires in? Well, and on that note, I'm gonna end this video. It's been fun, I guess, recording. I tried to be super fast, super straight to the point, but I end up being the perfect time to put a mid-run ad in because that's how it be. Anyways, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed, then subscribe, please. And goodbye.